I have never wanted summer to end this badly in my life, and I am just so tired of my garden. It's just been a terrible year. We went from the coldest winter I've ever experienced here in North Carolina to the earliest start to the rainy season that drowned all of my once beautiful plants. Then we had the hottest June and July that I've ever experienced in my life, and now that it's late August and summer is winding down, this is the worst my garden has possibly ever looked. All of my original plants are either dead or dying. My garden is overwhelmed with weeds, and it's just been such terrible, consistent weather throughout the summer that I haven't wanted to even be outside to maintain or correct any of these problems. And it's about this time that a lot of us just want to throw in the towel and give up and say, you know what, better luck next year, it was a bad year. But imagine if we did that in every other area of our lives. Imagine if we had a bad day at work and we just said, oh, well, today was a bad day at work, I'll just come back next year. Or imagine if we got into a fight with our spouse and we said, we'll patch it up next year. Would any of that actually work out for us in the long run? As gardeners, we have to attempt to control for many variables, and some years we're just throwing a lot more variables than others. But no matter what hand we are dealt at the start of a season, we can control the biggest variable of all, ourselves, our own attitude. You see, we have to look at our garden like any of our relationships. We have a relationship with our garden just like we do with other people. And if we come in with the wrong attitude, we're going to fail, just like we're going to fail at friendships if we come in with a negative attitude. With all relationships, there are good times and bad times. There is giving and there is taking. It's healthy. And sometimes we have to look at our garden just like we have to look at a job that we may not necessarily want to go into that morning, but yet we do it anyway. So today we finally had a decently cooler afternoon, and I used that afternoon to cut out all of my old dead determinate tomatoes, except for these two right here that were sprouting suckers at the base. Maybe I can get them to regrow. And this one celebrity tomato, for whatever reason, is just killing it. So you know what? I'm going to let that go and see how it does into the fall. Those are all the old bits of tomato that I cut out. And after I was done that, I weeded all of these garden beds, which were just full of that disgusting mimosa weed. I still have a lot more that I have to handle in this crevice by the fence, but look at the giant pile of weeds I pulled. That was a long time coming. And even though it's been hot and wicked out, I've still forced myself to do a little bit here and there every single day. And thanks to that resilience, I have this brand new garden bed full of transplants that I just put out underneath this combination insect netting / shade cloth. I have basil, I have some fall tomatoes, I have some big old healthy zucchini plants, I have a cucumber in the back, I have lots of new peppers. So this is going to be my little last ditch warm season garden for the end of the year. I also spent some time putting in a bunch of winter squash that was a long time coming. They're faster fruiting varieties, so I should still get something out of them. I direct sowed a whole fall gardening bed right here that I showed you how to do. I have string beans, I have peas, I have more basil, I have carrots, I have radishes, I have lettuce, all kinds of stuff coming up. And I cut back a lot of my peppers that had a broad mite infestation. So I fertilized them, I sprayed them with some pyrethrin and some surround, and hopefully they will come back and give me a little harvest before the end of the year. So I look at it as this: if you have something in your life that gives you purpose, you can never give up. Even at times where you don't necessarily really feel like doing it, you have to push through and just grind through that period, and then you'll come out on the other side. In a matter of weeks, we're going to have beautiful fall weather, and I'm going to have a great looking garden, and I'm not going to have to deal with all the drudgery that happens in the summer. And I'm going to be so happy I grinded it out when I didn't feel like it, and I'm going to be rewarded on the other side. So if what I am going through right now sounds a lot like what you are going through right now with your garden, or really frankly any other aspect of your life, I want you to know that you are not alone. Keep fighting the good fight. You will come out on the other side. Don't give up, because that's the worst thing you can do. I just want to let you know I'm there for you. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.